All right, Christian, held yourself accountable today. Incredible performance here in the finals. Sixth, right? Fifth, part of the relay pool here. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are just, I'm incredibly grateful to be able to be out here and have that opportunity to be able to also be on the relay team and run against these world's best people. And it's just nothing but God bringing me to where He wants to be, and I'm excited to see where He's going to guide me next.
What conversations did you have after the first round with your coaches to kind of ready yourself for that semi and then for the final today?
I kind of just talked to him about just trusting God's plan, because after the prelims, it definitely seemed like I was counted out, but I just went back and trusted that God brought me here for a reason. He got me to the semis for a reason, and He had a great plan for me, and it was just a matter of me just going out and trying to execute as best as I could.
You were in a race, you got fifth, a race that had lost 3 world champions in it. When they're being introduced in the start line next to you, what's going through your mind?
What was kind of going through my mind is I was just trying to look down the lane and just stay focused and just remember that it doesn't matter who's next to me, how many world championships they win, or anything like that. I just have to go out and run my race, and I have to execute how I was taught to execute.
What's the last thing that you're telling yourself before you're walking out onto the track and getting in the blocks?
I was just telling myself God's plan, because when you go out there, you really have no clue what will happen. You don't know what place will come in, what time you'll win, but I just knew that God brought me out there for a reason, and He had something planned for me, so it's just a matter of time until I saw what it was.
When you crossed the finish line, where did you think you had placed, and how long did it take you to find out you were fifth, and what was your reaction to finding out where you finished?
I definitely had no clue what place I had come in. I was expecting maybe around 4th or 5th, and then I came to the clock and it had 5th place on it, and so I knew that had me the opportunity for a relay pool, so I was definitely excited for that, and I was happy that my hard work had paid off in that way.
Did you feel the push out of the blocks? I mean, you got out really strongly. Did you sense that?
I said I definitely got out strong, and I thought that I could probably finish a little bit stronger, but that's just something I have to go back and work on and bring back next year.
Have you thought about turning professional?
I definitely had thought about it. It's kind of been going back and forth between college and professional career, but I just know that God will lead me where He wants to be, so I just have to, until then, just sit back and run.
Where are you committed for college?
The University of Georgia.
What would maybe sway that decision? What would maybe sway that decision of going to college or going pro?
It honestly just depends on the times ran and how I think the future will continue, because turning pro isn't just you sign a contract and then boom, you're set for the rest of your life. It just depends on how well you can execute, how well you can do this and that, and if it's the best decision financial-wise and career-wise, if you can take that pro contract and set this sport as basically your main job and see if you can live off of that instead of having to rely on going into college and going through all the processes, getting the major you want, and continuing to go through a career.
The final was your 3rd sub-10 when legal performance. You ran when assisted in the semis. I mean, you've been consistently under 10, and I mean, very, very, very few people have done that in high school. So, what is your, characterization of what you've been able to accomplish?
It just felt great. I told myself at the beginning of the season that I wasn't trying to go out and aim for a certain amount of win, a certain place in the Olympic trial. The team, I was part of the team. I was trying to go out and show the world that basically someone at the age of 18 can do amazing things and has the opportunity to not just run 1 sub-10 but 3, and just be able to show the world that I can hang with all the pros, all the world champions, and all the Olympic medalists.
There's been, a lot of great sprinters come through the United States through the years. None of them until last year. You're the first American to break 10 in high school. So, how does that feel?
It feels great. It feels like I set the bar for everybody coming up behind me, all the younger athletes, juniors, freshmen, sophomores. I feel like I set a bar for them, and just setting a spot for all the younger generation to go attack and make it not only the first 18-year-old to go sub-10 in America, but then for 17-year-old and then 16 and then possibly even 15, just setting that bar in a generation for someone to beat it.
You think you should be selected for the relay pool? Do you expect to be?
I think that with close consideration, I would have a good chance of being selected. Just seeing the consistency of going sub-10, being able to go and compete against one of the top guys and continue to run sub 10, sub 10, sub 10, and sub 10 against some of the world's best. I feel like I would be a great asset to the team, but that's left up to the relay coach.
And you do a lot of relays in high school too, right? You've handled that stick a lot.
Yes.
Any thoughts on Quincy? I mean, now your job is complete today, but Quincy's got it on Monday. I mean, another high schooler just like you with a chance.
Quincy, he amazes me every single time he steps on the track. It's just crazy to see him at such a young age stay so composed on the track and go out and compete so well as he does. And so I'm excited to see what he does. And afterwards, I'm just gonna come up to him and celebrate whether he wins, makes the team, the relay spot, or doesn't even make it at all. It's just a great milestone for him, and I'm just excited for him.
Awesome, thank you.